Okay, so this word separation is just huge in our lives. And the thing is, that is a lie. We are never separate. We are still in our higher mental bodies. Have felt that I have to always work really hard to be a good enough person so I can make it back into my higher mental body. No. All I have to do is focus on radio station God 100, keep my focus on the Christ consciousness, which is all this divine intelligence information coming to me, and stop creating in my own image by burning it all up, okay? And start remembering who and what I really am. And all my life, have just worked on ascension only in all ancient religions. And the simplest thing is just remember who and what you really are. You are a child of God. Don't throw it away. Okay, so we've got the sacred fire. Our path here is ascension. We've discussed ascension constantly. Our fall, our fall was in consciousness. There is no big story. We just chose to not focus on God's station 100. As we did that longer and longer, more and more areas in our brain shut down. Our consciousness fell. We only use approximately 10% of our brain. All over the world, these sacred symbols, different types, different religions, have been left for us. If we focus, as I have these meditation tapes, if we focus on these sacred symbols all over the world, we start turning on the light switches. Okay, in the ancient days, we would just send all of this love and joy and gratitude to God first, and we would know that it was coming back to us, because this is one of the universal laws. So we wouldn't go to God and say, oh my goodness, I'm sick, this is happening, that's happening, please help me, please help me. We would just be joyful and grateful because we knew that everything was going to be taken care of. There would only be abundance, there would only be divine health, and there would only be perfection in our lives. Why? Because we focused on the Son of God, radio station 100. As we do that, our pineal gland keeps on working, and that pineal gland is what keeps this illusionary world looking like we're divine health and perfection, and we don't age, we don't get sick, we don't do any of those things, because we are focusing on perfection. We're not focusing on all this drama. So again, to activate our consciousness, we look at these sacred symbols. I have it set up for us. So as the fall happened, we were originally all connected. We were like on a constant cell phone in the cosmic mind, and we could communicate anything to each other. But again, we started falling. We started, our consciousness, these light switches in our head, started shutting down, and therefore we created language. Okay? Before, and there are still many cultures that exist today, people do not have to speak to each other. They just communicate through the mind. And it's really interesting to go to Peru because that's going on all the time. And you just tap right in. It's fun. So language developed using the vocal cords as part of the fall of consciousness in this illusionary world. Written language started occurring because the more and more you felt that you were separated from cosmic mind, the more we needed to write things down, and then the illusion of past and future started appearing in our consciousness, which is also a part of the illusion, because there is no such thing as time. And then we got to the point of, again, as a consciousness fall, of whoever gets to win the battle gets to write his story, history, and puts his spin on it. So all of this is part of the fall. So what's happening, as the Mayans told us, is that the world is coming to an end. That is human creation. That's all these lies and all this illusion. So this consciousness is rising, okay? So what is happening right now is who's going to control your mind? Are you going to focus on channel 100 and go through the gateway and go back into pure consciousness where you're no longer feeling separate? We could do that in human bodies, down in this illusionary world. Are you going to let some corporations control your mind? Are you going to let governments control your mind? Or are you going to let channel 100 control your mind? And that is between you and channel 100. That is not between you, me, and channel 100. It is between you and the divine. You, once you're connected to this, are divine. You are divine. Okay, so this fall of consciousness in this illusionary world, okay, is just part of the game. And when you step out of the playing the game, let's say you have the game paddles in your hand and you're going, going, going. When you put down that paddle and you say, that's it, I'm not playing it anymore. I am a child of God. I am divine. And you just start focusing on channel 100, it's over. Because you have chosen not to create human creation anymore, which is sin because you are not focused on the Son of God. Jesus, again, explains this in Matthew 5 very, very well, probably better than me. So, you want to go home, you got to get rid of manifesting human creation, the world. Okay? You focus on the Christ consciousness. You don't sin. You focus on the Son of God. You let go of that feeling that you're not loved, you're not worthy, you're not good enough, because you are a child of God, you are a child of light. You let go and you just go flying through one of these portholes. You keep on burning up all of the human creation. Your heart is light as a feather. This again is the white fire, blue lightning of divine love sword that kills. You can stab yourself, a loved one in the heart with this sword and just burn up all the human creation, all the pain and suffering and lack. This is a tool. Everything that we need is all around us. All we have to do is A, ask, dissolve it, let go, and be free. Just absolutely free and in love, bliss, grace, joy, abundance, health. It's all there. It never was not there. You're not really here. You're still your higher mental body. And all that feeling of being separate is a lie. It's just part of the game. That's the human game. So, I love all of you very, very much. You know that. I'm here for you. Love you. Namaste.